G'day and welcome to this International Student Life presented by Wise Words Media. You're listening to The Bloke Who Walks, and it's the Spotlight series, and this week we're shining a spotlight on your first week in Melbourne. So say g'day to Melbourne and congratulations, you've made it back. You're enrolled, you've got through your orientation week, and so have we. So a quick intro of about 30 to 40 seconds to let you know what's coming up in this episode. You're going to hear the same intro throughout next week, and we're going to run through every morning for this second, third week for some of you of your first semester back in Australia. We're going to run through what should you be looking at, or what should you be considering in your first week in Melbourne. So you'll see we won't pack too much information on the screen for you. We'll keep it as short and sharp as possible. So we're going to take a short break, enjoy the sights, the sounds, summer, orientation week in Melbourne, Australia. Don't go away, we'll be right back. G'day, welcome back. I really appreciate you listening to this International Student Life and watching, of course. We're hoping to put up a podcast for those of you that like podcasts. It'll just basically be the audio from this episode, basically. It's recommended that you get a combination of your favourite foods from home. Did you know that there's many Indian supermarkets, Korean supermarkets, Japanese supermarkets, Chinese supermarkets? They're springing up all over Melbourne suburbs over the last couple of years, but also make sure you include some Australian snacks. The perfect mix of old and new, because after all, the reason why you're here is to experience life in Melbourne and a bit of culture and a bit of cuisine. And we'll finish off this episode with a joke that somebody from Canada told me when I was travelling through the Rocky Mountains in the late 90s, and he asked me if I knew the difference between an Australian and a tub of yogurt. According to this bloke, a tub of yogurt's got more culture. Get to know your local area, get out and about, get orientated, find out where the tram stops are, where the bus stops are, where the train stations are. Just do a little location scout. And these topics we've put together, we'll be putting out a short episode each day of this week, and then we'll combine them all into one longer episode for the following week. And these are just suggestions that we've been researching through all the material available in the public domain, especially from all the different universities. We are a honest broker of information. We're not paid by any university, any government body. We're purely independent, so you can take it from us. These are some tips that we've picked up in the international student education sector in Melbourne, Australia. So, but again, if you need any help and if you want any really good advice, go to the experts, your international student support team at your university.
And we are absolutely delighted to be with you tonight for this very special Queen Victoria Market night market, which is all about welcoming our international students. Students over the last 3 years, and we've also been so grateful to those who stayed for persisting and showing so much resilience. Our latest stats show that there are 138,000 international students back in Victoria, which is 92% of pre-pandemic levels. Woohoo! Because international students aren't just valuable on our campuses and in our tertiary institutions, they're fantastic customers and consumers. They're wonderful participants and volunteers. They're incredible workers in our local businesses particularly, and this is about setting up relationships for the long term. If you are an international student, could you please put your hand up?
Yes, hello, hello, hello. Hi. 5 o'clock in
Volunteers to compete.
So that's all we have for you now in this episode. We've somehow managed to fit all the information in. The other thing I would like to say and just remind you is that this channel is, we are based in Melbourne, Australia. We have Wise Words Media has a lot of experience in international student education, creating marketing, video and audio content for international students. We also have a lot of experience settling people from overseas into life in Melbourne since 1979. We love showing off Melbourne, and we love helping people get familiar with everything this city has to offer. So make sure that you make the fullest of everything life in Melbourne has to offer through your university. Your international student support team has many activities throughout the year, not just orientation week. There's many things to take advantage of, many clubs and societies. And if you're a student whose language, English, is a second language, don't stop yourself and be anxious about joining in. Get involved, practice your English, find conversation clubs, and we'll wrap it up there. You've been listening to This International Student Life. We're based in Melbourne, Australia, and we want to thank you for joining us in this episode, and make sure that you subscribe, hit the notification bell. You don't have to pay anything. It's free to listen, free to watch, and we'll see you in the next episode. Bye for now. This video contains nil paid promotion. All international student information is compiled from sources available in the public domain. For further information, visit your university website, international student offices, or an international education recruitment agent in your country. This International Student Life is produced by Wise Words Media and Calumny Films. We accept no responsibility for any errors or omission of information in this video.